Welcome to this masterclass, guys. And before we jump into the content, I would really like to tell you that if you do stay here until the end of this video, in the end of this masterclass, and you genuinely listen and apply what I have to say, you'll be more than likely of making money with prop firm accounts just by the things and obviously by the rules I'm going to explain you here today on this masterclass. Okay, so first things first, my name is Eduardo. I'm 22 years old. I'm currently living in a mansion in Brazil, in one of the most expensive parts in Brazil. But my life was not like this, right? I used to work a 9 to 5 job like you guys. I worked a lot of jobs, and since like in my free time, I was always looking for a way to escape. I invested in so many business models, like the typical drop shipping, PLR, every single thing, and nothing was working. And then I came up with trading, right? So trading came up to me. I saw it on the internet. I decided to try it out inside the community, and actually I made like more than 10K in a month. Like for me, it was crazy money at that time, right? I never seen so much money, and especially with clicking buttons on the screen. And I remember vividly to this day, like I thought like I must be crazy, right? Why was I trying all my so much work, clients, etc., when I can just click a button and make money, right? Obviously, and if you guys obviously are inside the market for quite some time like me, you know that that's not the case, right? I lost it all because I did not have the risk management. I did not know what I was doing. I did not have any strategy. It was based on luck. So yeah, obviously I lost it all. And there's where I just stopped with real accounts and I found funded accounts. And here is where generally my life completely changed. In the beginning, and this is why exactly I created this masterclass, because I feel for you guys, because when I started with prop firm accounts, so many people giving opinions, oh my god, this and that, and I tried so many things, guys, so many things, and nothing was working. People said, oh yeah, but you need to deal this as a fund, you need to deal with prop firm as a fund, risk like so little, like chill, don't risk a lot, do not overlap, blah blah blah, have targets for the day, like all those sorts of things. And I was so confused, I did not know what to do, and I just kept blowing money until I just put my feet on the ground and said, I'm going to master a strategy, which I did, which is the market fluidity strategy, and I'm going to study the big prop firm players. And this is exactly where Fluidity Funded was born. Fluidity Funded is exactly our methodology where I mastered the market fluidity strategy, which is a profitable strategy inside the market, and applied it and got it together with the fundamentals of the best prop firm traders in the world. So this is exactly what Fluidity Funded is. So here, guys, are the 6 main rules of the Fluidity Funded module. So without further ado, let's get started with the first one, right? So don't spend money in accounts lower than 100K. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. When I started trading prop firms, all the gurus were telling me, Eduardo, for you to be profitable, you need to buy 10K accounts, buy 10K accounts until you pass, until you start making payouts and understanding. Guys, this was the most utterly useless time I've wasted in my life. Like I wasted so much time, I wasted so much money, like more than $1,000 worth of like 10K trading accounts when I did not even need this kind of process. I did not learn nothing, so it's just a complete waste of time. Do not do this, right, guys? And even in another perspective, I'm a businessman. When I invest my time, when I'm like invested in a funded account, like I'm essentially training a demo account. So as a businessman, I want to see a return on my investment. So I'm investing my money, I'm investing my time, guys. Believe me, when I see money coming into my bank, I need to see big money. I don't want like $200, guys. $200, I go out and spend $200 to go on a dinner, guys. I just play for the big numbers. And this is exactly what I'm telling you guys, that you'll understand this once you get profitable, because obviously if you're watching this masterclass, you will, that when you start making money with prop firms, and like the amount of work it takes for you to take a prop firm and pass it, right? Just going through the process, even if you leverage and do the process already, we'll talk about, right? It will take time, it will take your effort, right? And when you pass that account, you need and you want to make big money, right? Especially if you're already profitable like me and you also know you can do and pass prop firm challenges, right? So number 2, start with small account and learn the Fluidity Funded strategy. Guys, this is the alternative of blowing money with 10K trading accounts. So you should start with a small capital account, right? So $100, $200, this is the minimum I recommend to you guys. So $200, you start applying the strategy, you start learning, you start making your mistakes and just journaling, etc., which is actually the next point. But you should start with small capital and then obviously scale to prop firms, right? The third one I already spoke about, it is journaling, guys. Nothing that the things I will talk about and already talked about will work if you do not journal. Guys, this is the most important thing out of this one, because you'll understand, and we all are like this, right? So you'll understand that inside trading, we all have certain aspects of ourselves that will go into the market, right? Some bad aspects, some things that are good, some things that are bad, and you'll see that your behavior inside the market will be almost every single time is the same. Like all my students and even myself, when I started journaling, I started noticing like I'm making the same mistake like every single time, like all the time I'm making the same mistake, right? Maybe you are greedy, maybe you are a greedy person and you don't put your stop loss, or I don't know, for example, it hits TP, you'll just let it run, and you don't have like risk to reward. So all these things, guys, you gotta put on the paper or on the screen or whatever. If you are like at drive, you want to, whatever, you do whatever you want, but please just do it, okay? And every single weekend you go and review it. This is really important, right? So the fourth one is the 3-account rule. What is the 3-account rule? Basically, for me, if you want to trade with prop firms, you cannot just have one trading account, okay? You need to have money to buy at least 3 100k trading accounts, okay? And why? Because first of all, if you do only have one, you'll be emotionally attached to that account, and the probability of you losing that account is much higher. And now the second point I'm going to tell you is something that the gurus online don't tell you. You will probably lose your first funded account, and that's okay. There's no issues with that. Like 99% of people lose. Maybe you got mad with your girlfriend, then you open like 5 lot size and just let it run. Maybe, I don't know, the cat beats your finger and you clicked and it did not work. Guys, a lot of things can happen in this market, and that's totally fine, because you need to see prop firm accounts as a business, right? So let's put it like this. Let's put, just for the math to be easier. So each account is $500. So I have a $1,500 fund, right? So first account I blow, last $500. Second one I blow, last $1,000, right? I lost $1,000. But in the third one, I passed. And look, now I get a 3% payout, guys. What does this mean? This means that I tripled my money. And not only that, but if you do work with a good prop firm house, right? So a good prop firm company, they will give your money back. So the $500 you invested, you literally are having it back. So essentially, you're making money out of thin air. So this is crazy. This is the power of prop firms, guys. And you generally need to utilize the 3-account rule. If you don't have money for 3 accounts, that's totally fine. All you have to do is simply go to a real account, just scale it until you have the money, okay? Or obviously have side incomes as a business or your work, or just save the money, but you really gotta have the money, guys. So the fifth one is forget the risk management like you were sold. Prop firms are to leverage. Guys, every single time I go online, there are these nerdy ass kids, like they made a couple of cents or a couple of $100 with prop firm accounts, and oh yeah, no, you are managing, oh my god, the 100k fund, 200k fund is such a responsibility, you need to risk low. Guys, it's a demo account, for God's sake. Just, you're trading a demo account. It's nothing like, oh my god, you're trading a fund, or these guys that pass like 6. I've met a guy once that he passed like 7 months and he made 6% of the account. And he was like, oh my god, yes, I'm making. Bro, you need not make a single cent, brother. What are you doing? So this is really important, because people sell you this lie that the prop firms are some kind of management hedge fund or something. Guys, these are demo accounts, and prop firms are to leverage, period, guys, because 100k or 200k, this is like a lie. The companies are essentially lying to you. For example, in a 100k account, you're essentially trading 5k. You're not trading more than that. And when I say, for example, risk 2% per trade, realistically, you're risking like 50% of your capital. So guys, prop firm accounts, if you want to make money, is to leverage. Forget that nonsense of just spending like months passing the account or making the account survive until I don't know, until the humanity ends. I don't know, guys. Like, I've seen so many things online, and please do not do this, okay? And 6 is reinvest into building a real account. This is really important, guys, because obviously prop firms are not the end game, right? Because prop firms obviously have limitations, and obviously you cannot trade freely. That's the thing, and you need to be slowly. Obviously this will depend on your goals, it will depend on obviously the management you are doing, and obviously your bills. So you need to be making some kind of financial plan in order for every single payout you get, you feed into a real account. And especially if you are inside our community, we even have 100 bonus deposit on our broker, so even you have all that advantages that you can utilize here inside the market. So these are the rules of the Fluidity funded strategy. And now you're probably wondering, guys, so yeah, Eduardo, I already understood the psychology, the mentality I need, but like in terms of trading, like how do I enter the market? I don't understand nothing. And guys, I'm going to give you a simple entry model, so simple that even as simple as it is, if you do apply what I'm going to explain you right now, you'll see results inside the market, okay? So all you gotta do in this kind of entry module is basically wait on what we call structure, right? So basically for you to understand, when the market moves, for example, in an uptrend, and it makes, for example, a retracement, sometimes, or even in the middle of these moves, it makes what we call a structure, right? So it's an accumulation zone. And the secret behind this strategy is obviously we are looking for the break either up or the downside break, right? So we are looking for a break of structure. How would this be in applied inside the market, right? So for example, here we have structure, right? So how do we mark structure? We mark here, so when we have a green candle followed by a red one, and obviously it needs to be the candle with the biggest body, right? So in this scenario it would be here, right? This one is lower and this one is the higher, and obviously you do exactly the same bottom, right? So it would be here in the bottom, right? So here we have structure. You can count this one as structure, that's for sure, that's okay. So counting here, I would not mind that. You can also consider this structure, but a microstructure would be here where I put it, but it's fine, we can leave it here, right? And basically what you gotta wait is exactly what happened here inside the market. So even we had here equals highs, which basically is one of our patterns that tells us that this is a resistance point, right? And when we have the break of the wick of the candle of the structure, so it needs to be the higher wick. For example, here we have this green candle, which is the candle that made structure. When we have the break on that wick, you can enter inside your trade, right? So right here in a long position, stop loss on the bottom of the candle, and obviously as you can see, it would be a 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. A really important detail as well before we go to the next part of the video is exactly that you do need to apply this strategy inside a session, right? Either, for example, talking in London time, either, for example, a 1.5 and 2 in the evening, or in case of the night at like midnight, half past midnight, or even 1 a.m., which is exactly when Asia session starts. If you go and apply everything you learned inside this video, I can assure you that you'll be more than likely of being successful in prop firm trading, guys. What exactly I passed to you is like I taught you how to squeeze an orange with your hand. And yes, you might get some juice, you might get 1 cup of juice, but imagine having an orange squeezer, guys. Look how much juice you would have, look how much more you would enjoy that orange, right? Like all the juice of that orange. And that's exactly why we created From Zero to Funded. And From Zero to Funded is not only a course giving you a blueprint from 0 to 100 how to pass your prop firm account and get 5-digit payouts. Is not only that, but also a whole ecosystem that literally is designed to help you pass your funded account. From 2 live sessions a day, from literally courses regarding our strategy, from literally a group like that you have access to us educators and all students just for you to take any questions, and obviously signals every single day. And this is exactly what I'll explain you in the next part of the video, every single thing that is inside our ecosystem if you do get inside From Zero to Funded. Part of the video, guys, I'll show you every single thing you have access if you do acquire From Zero to Funded. So the first thing you'll have access is obviously our platform, so school. Inside school is exactly where not only do you have our live session schedule, right? So the weekly calendar of the live sessions. Reminder, guys, that if you do acquire From Zero to Funded, you also have access with a private session with me just from people who acquire the course, right? On Mondays at so in Brazil time would be 8:30, and in London time it would be like at half past midnight. Okay, so this is exactly the schedule. You'll have a live session here with me on Monday explaining exactly exactly the risk management on prop firms, so taking any single question. So this will be a live session that will be based purely on prop firms, even giving trades inside the live session, telling you exactly the lot size you need to open, etc., right? So not only this, but also inside school you have access to all the courses inside our platform, right? By the way, in terms of the live sessions, you can access them from here, right? So for example, you can see Xcall in English is happening in 24 hours. So you just come here and click inside the link and you're in, okay? So obviously, as I was telling you guys, here you have the classroom literally with full courses to have everything. You have in Portuguese, you obviously have in English, you have our strategy, the PO3 system, plus the market fluidity with our strategy, like the strategy I use, and you have all the courses, right? The first steps also, if you have any question regarding the platform, of course, and here the market foundation is in English, and even a full trading bootcamp in English just for you to watch and obviously learn our strategy, right? And not only this, but you'll also have access to all these groups. So you have a Zenith funded trading, which is basically a private group where I send trades. I tell you the exact lot size you need to open for X account, for X amount of account. It's just basically a signals group and slash live session group purely based on prop firms. So this is a full content on prop firms. And obviously you'll have access to the Zenith movement group, which has the testimonials and obviously the live chats we utilize to speak inside the community, and obviously Ask X Trades, which is basically our normal channel of trades, right? So you can have more trades. This one is more based on real accounts, but obviously you can copy and utilize what you learn inside the course to obviously apply and use the risk management you learn and copy the trades as per they are presented, as they are showed here inside Telegram. Before I jump to the last part here of our masterclass, guys, I really like to talk about GOAT funded, right? Because a lot of people talk about the issue of money, right? Because obviously some people don't have money to buy like 3 FTMO accounts, because if you guys do not know, FTMO is the biggest company in terms of prop firms in the world, right? And if you go there, obviously the accounts are much more expensive. They are like 100k account is 540 euros, okay, in euros, not in dollars, right? And I mean, some people do not have the money to have like money for 3. So here we have GOAT funded, which is a really good alternative. Well, actually leave both the links of FTMO and GOAT funded if you want to go and buy your account there, because here, for example, 100k account, a 2-step account is 287. I mean, the difference is bigger, guys. It's way big. It's like half the price, and they do pay you, and they are a trusted house. They are real people, so you can be chill and obviously utilize GOAT funded and save a lot of money in profit challenges if you do not have the money to acquire obviously a FTMO account. So here it is, guys, from zero to funded. Literally, not only will you have access to a full course, a full blueprint on how to pass your prop firm account and get multiple 5-digit payouts, to obviously having the community, having every single thing I've shown to you, like the private group with me, the private live session with me, 2 live sessions a day, including with multiple educators, everything with a one-time payment of 297. Literally, all you have to do is pay this 297, this exclusive price that you can actually pay half, right? You can pay in 2 times or 3 times, and literally this one-time payment can guarantee you every single thing we talked about, literally for your entire life. So if you want to acquire the course, just I'll leave the link here below in the description. Obviously, if you do buy it, a member of our support will talk to you directly and give you access to everything. If you do want to contact me directly, I'll leave my socials here, obviously, so that you can obviously contact me, and I give you access to every single thing, so the course, the groups, etc. So guys, for me, that's all, and welcome to Zenith Funded.